Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Givaradha Hari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Givaradha Hari. Yashodanandana Brajajandarandana Yashodanandana Brajajandarandana Yamunatira Vanatam Hari. Yamunatira Vanatam Hari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Givaradha Hari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Givaradha Hari. Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatira Vanatam Hari. Yamunatira Vanatam Hari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Givaradha Hari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Givaradha Hari. Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatira Vanatam Hari. Yamunatira Vanatam Hari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Radha Kunj Bihari Radha Kunj Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe. Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. Jaya Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Radhe. Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Kṛṣṇa Balaram Kṛṣṇa Balaram Kṛṣṇa Balaram Jaya Kṛṣṇa Balaram. Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai. Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Haribol 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 Haribol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Vishupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacaya Shota Satta Shishamachila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Vishupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacaya Ashtottara Satta Shishamachila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki. Ananta Kode Vaishnavrinda ki. Sirup Sisanatana Bhattaraganachi Jeev Gopalavatada Saraganachari Goswami Prabhu ki. Prem se ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shabhajari Gaura Bhaktivedanta ki. Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopa Gopi Gopinacham Kund Radha Kundagiri Govardhana ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Mathura Dham ki jai. Mayapur Dham ki jai. Jagannathpuri Dham ki jai. Vrinda Devi Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Ganga Yamuna Devi ki, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki, Sri Sri Gaunitai ki, Sri Sri Krishna Balaram ki, Sri Sri Radha Shyama Sundar ki, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So we are reading from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, 10th chapter, the opulence of the Absolute Truth. And today we are reading the first verse. Śrī-bhagavān uvāca bhūya eva mahā-bāho śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ yatte aham prīyamāṇāya vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā śrī-bhagavān uvāca bhūya eva mahā-bāho śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ yatte aham prīyamāṇāya vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā śrī-bhagavān uvāca bhūya eva mahā-bāho śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ yatte aham prīyamāṇāya vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā.
श्री-भगवान् उवाच भूया एव महाबाहो शृणु मे परमां यत्तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā. श्री-भगवान् उवाच
bhūya eva mahā-bāho śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ yatte aham prīyamāṇāya vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā.
श्री-भगवान् उवाच
श्री-भगवान् उवाच
भूया एव महाबाहो मे परमं वचः
śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ
तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय
yatte aham prīyamāṇāya
vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā.
vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā.
श्री-भगवान् उवाच
श्री-भगवान् उवाच
भूया एव महाबाहो
bhūya eva mahā-bāho
शृणु मे परमं वचः
śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ
तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय
yatte aham prīyamāṇāya
vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā.
vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā. श्री-भगवान् उवाच bhūya eva mahā-bāho śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ yatte aham prīyamāṇāya vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā. श्री-भगवान् उवाच bhūya eva mahā-bāho śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ yatte aham prīyamāṇāya vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā. Śrī-bhagavān uvaca. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, bhūya, again, eva, certainly, mahā-bāho, almighty armed, śṛṇu, just here, me, my, paramam, supreme, vacaḥ, instruction, yat, that which, te, to you, aham, I, prīyamāṇāya, thinking you dear to me, vakṣyāmi, say, hita-kāmyayā, for your benefit, Translation of Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Isya Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. Purport. The word Bhagavan is explained thus by Parāśara Muni. One who is full in 6 opulences, who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty and renunciation is Bhagavan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While Kṛṣṇa was present on this earth, he displayed all 6 opulences. Therefore great sages like Parāśara Muni have all accepted Kṛṣṇa as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now Kṛṣṇa is instructing Arjuna in more confidential knowledge of his opulences and his work. Previously, beginning with the 7th chapter, the Lord has already explained his different energies and how they are acting. Now in this chapter he explains his specific opulences to Arjuna. In the previous chapter he has clearly explained his different energies to establish devotion in firm conviction. Again in this chapter he tells Arjuna about his manifestations and various opulences. The more one hears about the Supreme God, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service. Discourses in the society of devotees can take place only among those who are really anxious to be in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Others cannot take part in such discourses. The Lord clearly tells Arjuna that because Arjuna is very dear to him, for his benefit such discourses are taking place. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakṣoran Militam Yanam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Gadāmayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yudhabadagamanan Sri Guran Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Kṛṣṇa Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vichakanvitam He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshare Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Prītanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Kṛṣṇa 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare śrī-bhagavān uvāca bhūya eva mahā-bāho śṛṇu me paramam vacaḥ aham prīyamāṇāya vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend. For your benefit I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. So, Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is most merciful. And so here he's explaining, vakṣyāmi hita-kāmyayā. I'm speaking, I'm saying to you, for your benefit. Of course, we should understand that actually it's not just for Arjuna's benefit, because Arjuna is already an associate of the Lord, a great devotee of the Lord. But Kṛṣṇa is speaking the Bhagavad Gita for the benefit of all the fallen conditioned souls, so they may understand their spiritual existence beyond this material existence, so they may understand that they are spirit soul, so that they may understand that actually they are part and parcels of Kṛṣṇa, and so that they may then engage in devotional service to Kṛṣṇa. And he's speaking so that they may advance further and further in devotional life, so that they may attain perfection in their spiritual existence. So therefore, as Kṛṣṇa himself here is saying, that I shall speak to you further. Already have explained so much to you. I've given you knowledge, and I'm giving you now more knowledge, which is better than what I have explained to you before. And he's explaining also that prīyamāṇāya, that you are my dear friend, you are dear to me. So that is natural. In the beginning one will get some knowledge, like a child is going to the school. So first he has to learn the ABC, and he has to learn to count from 1 to 10, from 1 to 100 and so on. And then he will get more knowledge, which is better or which is more important what has been explained before. Of course any knowledge is important, even the knowledge which is given to beginners, that is important. Like learning the ABC, it is important, that is the basis. And then one can learn more. So, but one has to have a strong foundation of knowledge. Just like in a building, you want to make a building. So the more you want to go high, so the more strong the foundation must be here. Strong foundation must be here. So in spiritual life, the first thing we have to understand is that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. That is the first step in spiritual life. When I first came to India, 45 years ago, 1980, so I was thinking I should learn Hindi. So I got one book in English and one in Hindi. Beyond birth and death. Janma or mrityu se pare. I still remember now the first page. So I was reading English, Hindi, comparing. And I had one book, grammar book, learn Hindi in 1 month. So I was doing, and I was reading on the first page, and Prabhupada is explaining the first step in spiritual life is to understand that we are not this body, that we are spirit soul. And then he's writing, but it is not so easy to realize. So we know, we have heard how many times? 1,000 times? 2,000? 10,000 times we may have heard. I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. But to fully realize, that is another thing, and that is not easy. We have knowledge, we know we are spirit soul, we are feeling also we are different from this body. Theoretical understanding is there, some feeling is there that we are different from this body, from the gross and subtle body. Gross body, that is more easy to understand. And this is my hand, this is my head, this is my body. So we already say this is it's not me, I'm not the head or the hand. It's my head, my hand, my body. So I'm the possessor of that. Like I have my car, I have my book, but I'm different from that. So I have my body, but I'm different from the body. So that we used to go to the schools also here in India, and that was one of the, especially the smaller children also. Then we used to always tell that, so what is this? My hand. What is this? My head. And just to make them understand that this is my body. So who are we? Where is the I, my? So we are spirit soul. We are different from the gross body and then different from the subtle body. That is a little more difficult to understand or to realize, because the mind is there, the intelligence is there, and then the false ego identifying with this material body. So to transcend that is a little more difficult, especially the false ego. False ego is most subtle. At the same time, false ego is very thick sometimes. But by continuously practicing devotional service sincerely, and by praying for the mercy of Hari Guru Vaishnav, of the Lord, the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas, then we can advance and we can understand more and more that we are not this body. And then practically we can have realization. So Kṛṣṇa has explained in the 9th chapter, Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pavidamitam Uttamam Pratyakshaksham Dharmyam Sasukam Kattamavayam. There's most confidential knowledge. He's explaining, and it can be directly realized. Pratyaksha, Atma-sakshakar, direct perception of the self. That is ultimately the goal. And Kṛṣṇa Sakshatkar, direct experience of Kṛṣṇa. That is the goal. So by engaging in spiritual activities and by praying to the Lord, then by the mercy, we have to endeavor, but ultimately we need the mercy of the spiritual master, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then we can attain perfection. Even to advance, we need the mercy. In the beginning, we need the mercy. And then we can advance a little further. Just like in school. And the children are there. Of course, the parents are giving some knowledge, but then they're busy also. And the father has to work maybe, or he has some occupation. And the mother has to take care of the house, and other children are there, and the in-laws are there. And then one cannot always give full time to the children. Of course, some they are doing homeschooling, but it is a challenge. Unless one is a teacher by nature. So then the children are sent to school. And so in the school, so they are learning. Slowly but surely, first class, then second class, third class, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. So gradually, by the mercy of the parents, by the mercy of the teacher, one advances more and more in the school. But then the endeavor has to be there of the child, of the student, of the disciple. Sincere endeavor has to be there. Then we can advance. Of course, somebody may be genius already due to previous impressions from previous life, and then in the school it is more easy for such a child to learn and to go ahead. But basically, even if one is genius, so he has to learn. The ABC has to learn what the teacher is saying, and he may grasp more quickly than others. But one has to endeavor. And constant endeavor has to be there. Then one can go ahead. So also in spiritual life, constant endeavor has to be there. And then with the help of the teacher, the parents, the child is growing up. With the help of the spiritual master, with the help of the scriptures, with the help of Kṛṣṇa, the super soul, or Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Lord in the heart, then one can advance further and further. And then ultimately one may attain perfection. So Kṛṣṇa is unlimited. And therefore knowledge about Kṛṣṇa is also unlimited. What Kṛṣṇa is doing. Of course, in the material world, Kṛṣṇa is appearing, then his childhood pastimes, so many pastimes are there. And then he's going to Mathura, pastimes there, then he's going to Dwarka, pastimes are there, and then he's speaking the Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses are there. And then even in the śrī-bhagavān, Kṛṣṇa speaking to have 12 personalities. So knowledge is there, and Kṛṣṇa himself is giving. And then Krishna's pastimes in the spiritual world are there. So a lot of information is there. There's always more which we can learn about Kṛṣṇa. And Prabhupada also has explained, and the acharyas have explained, two kinds of pastimes of Kṛṣṇa. The pastimes of Kṛṣṇa in the spiritual world, they are known as Nitya Lila or Aprakat Lila. Nitya Lila means eternally going on. Aprakat means not manifest to the eyes of the ordinary person. Like now we cannot see Kṛṣṇa, what Kṛṣṇa is doing in Golok. Or anyone can see what Kṛṣṇa is doing? Anyone can see? No. Only the pure devotees they can see. But then the Prakat Lila there, Naimittika Lila, the pastimes in this world, so which happened in this particular planet, Earth planet, a little more than 5,000 years ago. So those who were there at that time, they could see Kṛṣṇa directly. But not everyone could understand that Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But they could see him. But one thing is seeing and one is understanding Kṛṣṇa. So only the devotees actually, they can understand Kṛṣṇa fully. They can appreciate Kṛṣṇa. And then they engage in devotional service to Kṛṣṇa. Of course, when Kṛṣṇa is coming, then his associates are also appearing with him. Like his parents, his friends, his beloved. In Braj, in Mathura, in Dwarka. They're all descending when Kṛṣṇa descends. So they're known as Prakat. So manifest, which we can see. And so those who engage in devotional service, then they can understand that Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Lord, and they will engage in devotional service. Those who are not so fortunate, they may see Kṛṣṇa, but they will not engage in devotional service. And some they may be against Kṛṣṇa, the demoniac people. And then Kṛṣṇa, as we know, so he killed many demons who were against him and against the devotees. They're also known as Naimittika Lila. Naimittika means which is happening sometimes. Because the material world is not always manifest. The material world is only manifest by Kṛṣṇa's will. It becomes manifest and then again it is not manifest. And also one point we have to understand that when Kṛṣṇa comes in this world, he's appearing as a small baby. Yashoda Nandan. But he's all powerful. Sarvagya, he knows everything. But because he wants to enjoy the wonderful relationship with his dear devotees, the Brijabasis, he becomes Mukunda. He becomes like bewildered. Mohit Kṛṣṇa. He's not really bewildered, but by his internal potency, it appears to be like this. Just like Kṛṣṇa. So one time he was taking the mother's breast milk, and although his atmaram aptakam is fully self-satisfied, but still in the loving exchange. So when Maria Yashoda she had put also the milk for boiling, the milk was over boiling. And then she thought, I have to take care of the milk. She put Kṛṣṇa down. And he was not completely satisfied. He was crying, I still want more milk of my mother. So he appears to be angry. And actually was slightly angry and transcendently angry. Everything is coming from Kṛṣṇa. All emotions. So bewilderment also. sadness, transcendental sadness. Oh, I still wanted more milk. Then he's a little angry. He's a little bewildered and sad. And then he goes to the next room and he breaks the butter pots and eats some butter, and some monkeys are around, like here many monkeys, trying to snatch the fruits of the devotees, of the people. Glasses also. But in Golok, no glasses, no worries, no need of glasses. But they're around when Krishna is taking butter, they are there ready to also take some butter. But Yashoda comes back. Oh, Krishna, she sees Krishna has gone to the next room and he's doing his mischief. And then Krishna sees Maria Yashoda is running, small Krishna, baby Krishna. And Maria Yashoda running behind him. Although fear personified is afraid of Krishna, but Krishna is afraid of Maria Yashoda. She has one danda, one stick in her hand. I will catch you, I will show you. And Krishna is afraid, although he is the Supreme Lord. But at that point, by his internal potency, he is afraid. He is not aware that he is the Supreme Lord for some moments. So much so that tears are coming from his eyes. And the tears are actually blackish because Mother Yashoda has put some ointment, black ointment, kajal. And looks very beautiful. And then, so the other gopis are saying, Yashoda, look, your little baby, your little child is crying, he's afraid of your stick. Okay, she's throwing away the stick. And because Maria Yashoda is grown up and baby Krishna is small, and he's acting just like a small child, but he's Supreme Lord. And so, because of the love of Maria Yashoda, okay, so she can catch him. And she wants to tie him to a wooden mortar. She's taking the rope and trying to tie. At this point, Krishna is sarvagya. He knows everything. I'm the Supreme Lord, and Maria Yashoda tries to bind me. Okay, I will show her. And she's trying to bind, and the rope is small. 2 fingers. 2 fingers small. Hoi, hoi, what is happening here? Maria Yashoda is too small. Oh, there's some more rope. She's taking more rope, tying together, and trying to tie Krishna. And again, it's small. 2 fingers. What is happening? And she's starting to sweat. And she's almost crying. Hi, hi, I cannot buy this boy. And Krishna is seeing, and he's smiling. And he's seeing the endeavor of Maria Yashoda. 2 fingers. One is the endeavor, so she's endeavoring hard. And then Krishna, okay, she tried very hard. So now she can bind me. And therefore, Maria Yashoda, she could bind Krishna. So like this. So endeavor has to be there, and then the mercy will be there. So we're endeavoring, and then we get some mercy, then we can advance a little more. And then we have to endeavor more, then we get some more mercy. And this way we can advance higher and higher. And just like in school, pariksha is there. Exams are there. And you have to pass the exam. In the small classes, for the small child, it's a little difficult. But he can pass it with the help of the parents and the teacher. He's going higher and higher. He can study by himself. But then the exams are more difficult. And he has to break his head and spend so much time studying. But then, if he's intelligent, endeavoring nicely, he can pass the exam also. So similar in spiritual life, so the different tests are there, exams are there. Krishna is testing the devotee. And so by Krishna's mercy also, so we can, if we are sincere and we are endeavoring, we can pass the test and we can go further up. In the devotional ladder, Shraddha, first faith has to be there. Sadhu Sangha, association with the sadhus. Then Bhajana Kriya, then we can engage in devotional service. And then Anatta Nivritti. Unwanted things are there in the heart. Asat Trishna, attraction to this material world. Hriday Dorbalya, although we want to try to advance, we are trying to advance, but at the same time weakness of heart. And one is not able to do what one is actually wanting to do because of weakness of heart. And then also due to insufficient knowledge, sort of Brahma, about the existence of the Lord, about performance of devotional service, then one may not advance rapidly. So therefore we have to hear from the right source, from the spiritual master, from Kṛṣṇa. Then when everything is clear, then it is more easy to advance. And we have to guard against offenses. Offenses against the Lord, the holy names, the holy dham, the holy place, offenses against the Vaishnavas, and even we should try to avoid offending any human being or even the animals. We should not harm anyone. And by doing so carefully and trying to remain fixed in devotional service and endeavoring to advance, then we develop the strong determination that I have to advance more and more. And then despite all difficulties, the devotee is unshaken and he will continue on his progress of spiritual life. And by doing so, then Nishtha after Nishtha, then Ruchi will come. A taste for chanting the holy names, a taste for serving, for hearing. And then it becomes more easy. Then one becomes attached to Kṛṣṇa, and if one is attached to Kṛṣṇa, one becomes detached from this material world. And then, so the practical realization will be there of Krishna's form and one's own form. And then bhava-vasta is there, which is known as prēma-ankur, the sprouting of love of Godhead. So, on that stage, so there's a transcendental loving exchange with Kṛṣṇa, by which one can then remain fixed on the transcendental plane in one's constitutional position. And so that is the perfection of life. And then it is possible to enter the pastimes of Kṛṣṇa and to return to the spiritual world, which is the goal of life. So it is a gradual process, and progress is gradual, so we have to endeavor. And we have to try to see that we can advance more and more with the help of the devotees, with the help of the spiritual master, with the help of the Supreme Lord. So we can gradually advance more and more. So therefore we are studying the scriptures, the Bhagavad Gita, the Śrīmad Bhagavatam, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, so we can gain more knowledge about the Supreme Lord's wonderful pastimes, His qualities, His devotees. And as explained here, so Kṛṣṇa, Bhagavan, is known as Bhagavan. That means he's full in 6 opulences. So he has 6 opulences in full. Especially Kṛṣṇa in Braj is the most complete form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Many personalities of Godhead are there. Vishnu, Narayan, Ramchandra Bhagavan, and so on. And different incarnations are there. Nrsimha Avatar, Kurma, and so on. They're all personalities of Godhead, and they're all perfect and complete. And they have these opulences also. They're also Bhagavan. But Kṛṣṇa is most perfect and most complete. So he's most beautiful. Vishnu is beautiful, but Kṛṣṇa is more beautiful. Vishnu is strong, but Kṛṣṇa is more strong. So Kṛṣṇa is the source of all incarnations. That is explained in Bhagavatam also. And of course in the same chapter, 10th chapter, Kṛṣṇa is explaining aham sarvasya prabhu matasavam pravartate iti matva bhajante vam buddha bhava samandvitaha. Then I'm the source of all the spiritual material worlds. I'm the source of everything. In the Bhagavatam it is explained, ete chamsa kalapam sam Kṛṣṇastu Bhagavan Swayam Indriya Vyakalam Lokam Ridyanti Yuge Yuge. The Kṛṣṇa is śrī-bhagavān. He is the original, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And all other personalities of Godhead, Bhagavan, they're expansions of Kṛṣṇa, or the expansions of Kṛṣṇa. So it is also explained that Kṛṣṇa in Dwarka is perfect and complete. Kṛṣṇa in Mathura is more perfect and more complete. And Kṛṣṇa in Braj is most perfect, most complete. So the spiritual realm is there, unlimited Vaikuntha planets are there, in which unlimited expanses of Kṛṣṇa manifested with different names, Vishnu, Narayan, like we put Tilak on 12 places. Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Madhusudana Namaha, and so on. So these are all names of Vishnu, form of the Lord. Govinda is the name of Vishnu also. Madhav. At the same time, Govinda refers to Kṛṣṇa and Braj also, Madhav also. Kṛṣṇa is the source of everything. And all these names, they are ultimately coming from Kṛṣṇa. Like so, but they are all eternal and manifested since time immemorial. But Kṛṣṇa is the fountainhead, is the source of everything. And so Kṛṣṇa is in the spiritual world in Golok Vrindavan, in Kṛṣṇa Loka, the highest planet. Kṛṣṇa is manifest at the same time in Dwarka, in Mathura, and in Golok, Braj Vrindavan. So 3 Kṛṣṇas are there, in Braj, in Mathura, and in Dwarka. And the next to Braj, a special place is there, Shvetadvip Navadvip, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is manifested. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Bhagavan, śrī-bhagavān. Only Kṛṣṇa and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can be addressed as śrī-bhagavān. Nobody else is addressing them as śrī-bhagavān. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is no different from Radha and Kṛṣṇa. Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Radha Kṛṣṇa nahe anya. Radha bhava dyuti somitam nomi Kṛṣṇa sarupam. Is Kṛṣṇa sarup Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Antar Kṛṣṇa bhayir gaura. Is blackish inside, but outside is golden complexion. He's Kṛṣṇa, so he's blackish, but he's covered with the luster. Radha bhava dyuti. So he's covered with the luster of Srimati Radha in his body, the golden complexion, and the bhav, the mood of Srimati Radharani. So that form of Kṛṣṇa is very special, Mahaprabhu. And since time immemorial, that form is there. Because Kṛṣṇa wants to know. His Bhagavan is there in everyone's heart. So he knows Radharani's mood also, he knows our mood. At the same time, so he cannot be in the mood of Srimati Radharani always, because he has to reciprocate with Radharani, he has to reciprocate with his friends. So he knows, but at the same time he cannot fully experience Radharani's mood. Because his Kṛṣṇa is the object of love. And Radharani is the abode of love. So he wants to be in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and he wants to experience constantly Radha Pranaya, the Pranaya, that is the love of Srimati Radharani. And by her love, she's experiencing, because she has so much love, so she can see Krishna's beauty. And Krishna's qualities, wonderful qualities. Because of her love, so she can best appreciate Krishna's beauty and again his qualities. And then by experiencing the beauty, the qualities of Kṛṣṇa and the loving exchange, then she feels so much transcendental pleasure. And Kṛṣṇa is experiencing pleasure, although is unlimited, as a source of everything, but in the loving exchange is finding a special pleasure. And that is ever increasing also. So therefore the form of Mahaprabhu is there. As Kṛṣṇa himself, but in the mood of Srimati Radharani, having the luster of Srimati Radharani. And then he can experience the love of Srimati Radharani. So that is the wonderful manifestation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that Shvetadip Navadip is situated in Krishna Loka in the spiritual realm, next to Braj, Golok Vrindavan. And though actually by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, because Krishna is appearing and then after Krishna then Mahaprabhu is appearing, who appeared now 539 years before he appeared. And by his mercy actually Braj is now fully manifested again. And we can see, we know where all the pastimes places of Krishna are. And by his mercy we can advance in spiritual life. By chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Although in the age of Kali it is difficult to advance in spiritual life because the environment is not always conducive. And the intelligence of the common person is not very sharp, the memory is not very good. So, and one can live maybe up to 100 years if one is lucky. But previously they used to live up to 1,000 years in the previous yuga. But in this age it is not possible. And to do meditation and to study all the Vedic literatures, so that is not easy. But simply by chanting the Maha Mantra one can advance in spiritual life. And then one can become absorbed by taking shelter of Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu is also the object of our worship, of our love, and is the abode of love for Kṛṣṇa. Nama mahā-bāho Kṛṣṇa prema pradayate Kṛṣṇaya Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya namane Gauratishe namaha. Mahaprabhu came to give this love of Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa prem. So it's most magnificent, most magnanimous. So therefore we take shelter of Mahaprabhu, and then by Mahaprabhu's mercy we can advance nicely in spiritual life, and there's a chance that we may attain perfection in this lifetime. So we are aspiring and we're hoping. And if you don't attain perfection in this lifetime, then no problem, in next lifetime we'll attain perfection. And there's no loss or diminution. So if we engage in this path, so you're most fortunate, so we should take full advantage of this Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement established by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is empowered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is empowered by Radha and Kṛṣṇa to spread this Kṛṣṇa consciousness all over the world. So we are fortunate to be under the shelter of Prabhupada. That means then we are under the shelter of Mahaprabhu and Radha Kṛṣṇa. And as mentioned here also, it is important to be in the association of the devotees. Alone it is very difficult to advance in spiritual life. But we need the help of the devotees. We need the help of the spiritual master. And then we can advance. Because otherwise the external energy is there, and at that time, alone it is extremely difficult to advance in spiritual life. But when we chant together, we study together, we serve together, then it becomes easier. Then the strength will be there, the mercy will be there, more easily available. Example is given just like if you have one stick, small stick, you may break. So similarly, one person, small person, Maya can easily break that. But if you have 10 sticks, even if they're 10, but to break 10 sticks will not be possible. Similarly, if 10 devotees are together chanting or hearing about Kṛṣṇa, speaking about Kṛṣṇa, then Maya cannot break the determination of the devotee, the endeavor of the devotee. So therefore we stay together as much as possible, chanting together and serving together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita ki, Kṛṣṇa Chandra Bhagavān ki, Satchinandana Gaura Hare ki, Śrīla Prabhupada ki.